Last month felt like I was jumping from one fast train straight into another. And it's now time to sit back, relax, breathe, take it all in, and ask the question, should I move to Scotland? Not just for the views, not even for the adventure and the mountains, but to be completely honest, I fell in love with sailing, even with the whole lifestyle in Scotland. In just a few days, I sailed over 200 nautical miles for the first time in my life. We set sail overnight to Rathlin Island, which is off the coast of Northern Ireland, and we crossed the Mull of Kintyre and passed through the Campbelltown, the whisky capital, and we also sailed past the Isle of Arran through the Firth of Clyde, surrounded by mountains, seabirds, and some of the wildest, most beautiful coastlines I've ever seen. Every place we visited had its own legend, its own story, and that's Scotland for you, isn't it? I got my day skipper license and logged important mileage. I need to get my Yacht Master commercial license. So now I'm obviously asking, can this be the new life in Scotland? I can't shake it off. I'm asking, why do we still live in Lancashire? You know, Glasgow is just like 4 hours away. I'm now doing my research and I'm looking at areas near Glasgow airport within 1 hour. Maybe Largs itself. It's authentic, it's traditional and way less busy than hustle of big city life. A little bit like Clitheroe, where we live right now in Lancashire. Actually, a lot of you suggested Scotland in the comments under my last videos. Also, Devon and Cornwall were on the list for more traditional places in Britain. And I get it. I'm still planning a family trip down south. But Scotland, man, the nature and people are very friendly, even more than in northern England. It would be interesting to know what do you think about the people down south, because I always heard that London is a different level, but how is Cornwall? How is Devon? Do people treat you friendly like up north in Scotland? That's something I would be interested to know. By the way, I'm still holding on to Spain, but only for the winter. I never had the intention of moving there full time, but it's definitely a good idea to spend winter eating tapas. Canary Islands must be awesome for a winter. I can imagine with kids going onto the beach. Anyway, it's been very intensive month for me. A lot of traveling, a lot of sailing, and I have to do some flying because there is an air show season in Europe right now. So there's a lot of ideas, but I must say that your feedback and your comments under my last few videos were incredibly helpful, because there were thousands of comments and opinions formed in there, and there were people discussing the future of Britain and where are the last pockets of the traditional, authentic British culture, and where to live and where not to live. And also a lot of you suggested United States, Canada, New Zealand, Australia. And the tragedy of it is just, I want it all. If it was just me, I would be traveling all the time. And to be honest, like my wife, she loves traveling and she would be willing to travel much more. But our William is 2.5 years old and our Vicky was born just last year in December. So that's why I'm thinking about sailing as the perfect activity for young family. And I'm thinking about spending summers in Scotland and then sailing down south to spend winters around Canary Islands. I think that would be doable because it's very similar to having a motorhome. But we tried motorhome, by the way, and we didn't like it because I just hate driving. I hate driving a car. I like motorbikes, by the way, but again, that's not a family thing. So I'm thinking boats. And I used to sail down south in Mediterranean when I was a kid with my parents. And that was completely different from Scotland. Like, Scotland is full of interesting places and islands and lovely people. Should I move to Scotland? Let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because there is a more of the journey unpacking right now. I tried to buy a property in Spain, and that's what the next video is going to be about. And there are more stories and adventures coming soon, because it's spring and there is entire season ahead of us. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. This is Libor Smolík signing off.